Headlines first time around, but they can come back and keep clapping and make that a first place run at 8-2. So those hopes are still alive to top the group, to take first place, to get an easy first round opponent. That is still there. On the other side, it is possible to lose that fourth place spot if you do poorly enough. Cloud9 can catch either of these teams. So definitely a big win. We'll see who can come out on top here.
All right, let's get right into it, because last time around, I really have liked how the bottom lane for Mad has been a focus and such a point of strength for them thus far at at MSI. Already, PSG banning away the Senna, definitely something that Carzzy has been very effective on. Following it up with the solo lane Lucian ban here from Humanoid, another good target ban. I feel like PSG trying to take out some of the biggest threats that we've seen thus far.
Interesting to see the Senna ban continuing here for PSG. Doggo's played it once all year long. It is just not a champ in his pool. Technically, he did win with it, and it was a decent game, but Senna just not in the pool for this team, so it's a continued ban for this side. Varus dropping off as well. Triple marksman, although Lucian aimed at mid lane for Humanoid. He's been successful with it so far at MSI. Most picked it up for this tournament. Hadn't played it a lot in the LEC. Lee Sin going away. Sorry, Hanabi, you're not playing that one. No Renekton allowed either. And now we see first pick Udyr going to come through. And yeah, the meta has really formalized around the fact that Udyr and Morgana seem to be the more highly prized junglers.
And I think that it will stay that way unless there's some specific team comp that you're trying to run. So, surprise, surprise, we probably also get Tristana Kai'Sa pickups as well following Freak, the most common matchup that we have possibly had. And we mentioned the focus that PSG are trying to ban away some of these bottom lanes from Carzzy because he's been so successful with it. But I do like taking away the Kai'Sa from Doggo, even though Carzzy has been extremely strong on the Tristana, and the confidence of Carzzy and Kaiser has been rewarded thus far in those all-in lanes. I do like trying to also take away from some of the comfort and strength there from Doggo. Always almost the first pick here to combine with Kai'Sa is the Nautilus because of setting up those dive plays for the Kai'Sa, as well as having that strong lane synergy.
Yeah, and increasingly, I've not been liking Tristana very much in the bot lane meta when you are against Nautilus specifically. Again, just the timing to get out of the anchor smash is so difficult. You don't really have rock jump for safety in those lanes. Like when you're against an Alistar or you're against a Leona, yeah, you rock jump away from the engage, it's not a problem. This doesn't really happen with Nautilus because of the difficulty of it, and I'm kind of glad that at least Doggo in this case is shying away and saying, you know what, actually, that matchup's not that good. I actually can't get away from those tools very often, so we'll play something else. I can ult to immune the depth charge instead, and hey, feathers fly, I'm happy to, go back for the re-engage.
And I think we're seeing some humility here from the PSG side, because like you're saying, yes, you're going the complete opposite direction. This is the older answer that we always used to have in the Kai'Sa Xayah meta that we had 2 years ago that was just all over Worlds. Kai'Sa, you are the disengaged champ. You are the anti-dive AD carry, the premier anti-dive AD carry. Because of your ultimate, very easy to react to Nautilus. And so they actually go with the much safer route there, while still combining it with the Leona. You can have those combinations into the strong blade callers. You still have good burst damage, but I also really like Leona with Udyr. Those two, and we've seen the effectiveness of the support roams with jungle being very big. River was a huge part in setting up PSG to have a chance in the last time that they faced Mad Lions. I actually thought that it was going to be more of a look towards the for the Morgana answer there for Elyoya, but he does not hesitate. Locks in the Rumble again. I think Mad Lions today are more confident in him having the Rumble than maybe coming into the day after he already had a decent performance on it. So
he's 3-0 on it, right? Like he has been successful on Rumble, and Humanoid doesn't play a lot of AD mids. Like he's got one Tristana game. The Lucian's already banned away. They banned Nocturne themselves, so I'm curious if they even care about playing AD mid with this one. Jace goes away as a little bit of that one as well. So what is it that they're going to pick up here? Is it going to be top or mid?
Even just looking at the win comms, yeah, it doesn't tell the whole story, because some of the ults definitely going askew.
Yes.
Let's lock it in with some CC though there, Freak, so you get those really, really strong ones. Gnar and Nautilus for the super good setup here. And then you don't even have to focus on just diving a single carry. Yes, Xayah can peel for herself. Xayah is good against dive, but if you have these big AoE tools for the team fight and Xayah ultis, you can still go after the other carry here, especially if it is a Victor lock-in, low mobility carry there. That will be the prime target here for the setup.
Lock it in, Hanabi. I would love to see that as well. Those are both very strong counters against Gnar.
Signature Yasuo here from Hanabi. Was a Yasuo main for so long. Is it going to do it, Freak? That's definitely going to be reaching. Also, it's not actually even as strong of a counter as it used to be when he was flexing it previously. Gangplank is locked in, though. So much. We already saw previously in the previous match the AoE setup here. Very good usage by Damwon. And it also does bring that extra threat here for PSG to make sure they have very good carry potential towards these mid and later stages. Like the round out pick here for Mad Lions, though, their Wombo combo is not a single dive target. Can't stress this enough. Yes, it is a very powerful dive setup here for Mad, but they are not going to be expending this Nautilus ultimate and these resources just looking for Kai'Sa. There are Victor and as well as Gangplank that will be laid into here.
All right, comfort for Humanoid. A third of his game wins all year long are on Orianna. 9-3 on the champion, 9.0 KDA. Yeah, it's magic damage mid and jungle, but hey, you've got a lot of comfort, and there's of course a lot of power on this champion, so they are all locked in. Morgana will go the wayside this one. Rumble jungle. Game number 4 for Elyoya at MSI. Hope he can keep those on the straight and narrow and line up after a Nautilus or Gnar engage. Shockwave for good measure. There's a lot of team fight power here. 3 of them can hard set up for Carzzy to ult and finish off the backliner. That will be definitely pretty exciting. On the PSG Talon side, though, see what they can do on response.
General tip for if anybody ever tries to quiz you on some mid lane champion trivia, if they're like, oh, what is X player's most played mid lane champion? Safest bet, honestly, for almost every meta is Orianna. There have been so many plays throughout the history of League of Legends with this champion. It is always a good default to say that they've got extensive experience on it. It's just so versatile, scales really well, has the utility, fits into so many of these comps that want to use AoE, and definitely Mad Lions stressing that point here.
All right, here we go. On to the Rift. The battle right now is for third, but don't be surprised if one of these teams makes the run to the top of the standings. That is still possible, and the level of skill is certainly in either of these rosters. And that's with PSG playing with a sub in the AD carry position. So Xayah is the pick here. We are on to the Rift, and we'll see if PSG Talon can get revenge from the last 3 times they dropped to Mad Lions.
Yeah, I mean, Mad Lions have just had their number this entire tournament. PSG slowly getting closer and closer, though, Freak. Improvement after each successive game. Hanabi going to meet up with Arma early here. I love that passive. You can't win against Trial by Fire, so Hanabi is going to send him right back.
Arma has just enough time to recall and walk back if he needs to. Dar doesn't have the most health regen, and he can't super play to manicure the wave. You'll see he's actually behind the minions based on that situation, but still will not miss XP or gold by any means. Just means that Hanabi gets to go and get a very deep aggressive ward, which will be useful.
Yeah, and it's so nice for a Gangplank when you get the early setup on the wave. So this actually is meaningful for the Gangplank Gnar matchup. We'll keep track of this late invade. They do have the sweeper. They pop the sweeper on the way in, so they know they haven't been seen yet. Surprise!
Blast plane over the wall. They're going to flash it. I love this level 1. Elyoya flash to safety. The flash to follow. First blood already. Doggo has 5 stacks of plasma. He's running. Carzzy's on the chase. Carzzy's going to grab the kill. Thank you, Blue Buff, for handing that kill back on over. No more chase to be had, but hey, Elyoya is back in base. That is 2 camps for free.
Oh, that is a spicy start here, Freak. A blast cone surprise attack from PSG. They want to pull out any sort of extra little advantage they can versus Mad Lions to try and get this first victory versus them. It will mean Rumble again gonna be invaded upon early. This is one of the reasons we've seen teams start to drop off a bit in priority on the champion. Every time Rumble is picked, the teams go for invades or they go for split jungle here.
Yeah.
The blue buff, 1 auto, 2 autos onto Doggo, helps him out, actually gets the last hit there. So Karzu is in position, but he didn't even have to dirty his hands.
Yep.
Mad blue buff takes out Doggo there. It is going to also mean, Freak, that guess what?
Yeah.
Invades continue. Udyr never has to stop invading on Rumble. He takes away Raptors as well. This is going to starve Elyoya.
Yeah, but it's also going to starve Doggo. Poor guy just wants lunch. He's barking, and his master's not going to give it to him. Elyoya, yeah, okay, he's going to get his second camp, maybe. Not going to get a second camp. Yeah, Rivers in his face. He knows he's fine. GP has pressure right now. He's got 5 CS on Rumble, man. 5.
This is jungle domination. Change his name from River
to enemy jungle.
into Brambleback, into Krugs, into Raptor Pit, into Wolves.
Kobe, he's getting scuttle.
He actually took everything from Elyoya. 5 CS is not even 2 camps. That is one and the medium Krug. He got 1 camp and the medium Krug to his hand. Kaiser's going to come over and spoon feed his jungler, the crab. Thank you very much, Kaiser.
Kobe, I know my data. This is purely only because Rumble's in the jungle. Obviously, this would never have happened if it was any other jungler. I'm kidding. No, I'm obviously kidding. This is strike this one from the history books. This one is just a very sick invade. He made the best of a bad situation. And with bot lane pressure, I want to refocus quickly though, because Doggo got killed. And First Blood went to Karzi. The entire time Mad Lions have owned bottom lane as a result. It's why they got bottom scuttle, because Kaiser could roam easily. It let Elyo get a camp. But bot lane is very far behind. It is Doran's Blade versus Pickaxe. That is bad. Bot lane is very, very Mad Lions favored.
There's one thing though, when you get counter jungled so heavily, sometimes you go and gank that are just ganks born of necessity because you have nothing else to do. The Wolves camp has respawned, but Elyoya is still investing even more time here, just getting further and further behind on experience. He's leeching off of one of his strong areas. He was hoping that there would be a play from PSG here to counter.
Big stun, big damage, and Kaiser has been rolled over. Nice pick up there. River's like, hey, I'm here. Hey, all right, you guys got it without me? All right, sounds good. But at least Wolves are up for Elyoya now.
Oh my goodness, this timing for Mad is just in the trash can here. Elyoya waits around, loses even more time from clearing. Really good pull up here on the jungle comparison. Yeah, it's gold, but one thing we don't have on there is experience. Experience is so insanely big, especially in the jungle, because you get starved out continuously. It snowballs there as a champion like Udyr can consistently go for invades, doesn't have to worry about health pool in jungling at all, and can play off these lanes. So, revisiting some of these areas here. Humanoid definitely doing well for himself in that mid lane Orianna matchup, even versus Victor. He's got positioning that he can work with. On the top side, Hanabi. We haven't touched on it since the level 1 and since him getting priority in the push here onto Armut, but he's also going to allow Elyoya, or allow River another avenue to try and invade on Elyoya. And because he also invested more time hovering bot, waiting for that counter gank, he's still level 4.
Yeah, still got all 4 camps on the respawn there. Gromp coming back in a second now, and we'll try to pick that one up there as well. You can see, obviously, that CS difference of about 30. You expect that to last on average. So, again, check in. 30 CSD. We'll see where the jungles move from there, but if they just farm equally back and forth, that's where the numbers will stay. A quick pickup on the Dragon now. Krugs are back up for River, so we can go down there afterwards. But as Doggo and Kaiwing walk over, engage, and keep in mind, like, that kill was a straight-up 2-on-2. Neither jungler was involved when that 2-on-2 went in, and they found that kill in the Kaiser. So down at Pickaxe, they found the all-in kill. That's impressive by the PSG Talon duo. 1,000 gold difference remains the same. They're just gonna find Kaiser again. He's stunned up, he's rooted in place, and Doggo is now 2-1.
And top lane GP dominance leads to GP ultimates, just for good measure. You know, if your bottom lane wasn't already complaining, now they're just going to be crying all game long. If this is a solo queue and your jungler's this far behind, all of your summoner spells were burned in the level 1 as well, and the enemy team is sending Gangplank ultimates your way, it's definitely very frustrating for Carzzy and Kaiser because they actually were set up to have some sort of control. You know, see the CS lead that they were able to get for themselves. Carzzy did get kill credit off of the blue buff kill as well. It's just that the jungle and the top resources all also being spent down here are further exacerbating this issue.
Taking their time to knock down the cannon. Kaiwing just didn't hit it. Okay, that's a question mark ping for sure. Yeah, there it is. We saw one. There was a question mark ping in the bottom right corner. Kaiwing, that is 130 gold you denied from your own team. That is a mistake there. It's not going to decide who wins the game most likely, but hey, want to call it out because it's worth it. 1,300 gold difference right now. PSG Talon in the lead. 8 CS lead actually top side, still 30 in the jungle, so River's been keeping up pretty nicely down there, but it also means Elyoya has been able to farm without getting countered anymore, and they just keep picking on poor Kaiser, and there's no way Carzzy can re-engage that when he walks in to help and just gets himself maybe killed. Cleanse, Flash running for his life, and will in fact live.
Yeah, he actually going to fend off Kaiwing here. You see now rotating down Elyoya and Humanoid, but Elyoya is still level 5, so doesn't have the ultimate. He's trying to get his level 6 first before he actually goes for a play. And I want to track River's play because it's so much more fun and easy to play jungle when you're ahead like this. It's a default, play pattern for Elyoya. He's like, all right, I got to farm until I'm relevant. He has no influence until he's able to get level 6. But on the side of River, he's constantly moving to his lane, pushing up. He's getting every neutral objective. It is now Rift Herald picked up on top of the early dragon, and they want to use this Rift Herald to continue to accelerate this game. Even looking towards mid lane here, can they get the flash over?
Ooh, that is really nice. The stun set up, the stun follows. Kaiwing sets him up with Maple, and Maple knocks him down. Time and again, Kaiwing is there for the kill.
And we see another Orianna stunned up in the Victor Gravity Well. There's just no respect here for Gravity Freak. And it, again, sets him up for an easy flash over there for Leona. Humanoid doesn't want to expend his own flash with nobody on screen to get away from Victor's stun.
Yeah.
Definitely walks into it, though, lets himself get set up for that one, and it makes it look even easier for PSG. They do have 3 people invested there, but the kills keep on rolling. And again, they still have this Rift Herald. Plenty of time to use it as well. Honestly, usually you want to knock down mid turret if you're not looking at the lane setups, but bottom lane would be so big because of the possibilities here with Doggo and Kaiwing continually getting picks for themselves. If they can pick off, Kaiser, you take him down, you get the entire turret, and then you get to rotate your bottom lane up through the other side of the map and move your winning lane, move your extra pressure to continue to take away resources from Mad. River is doing the full around-the-world trip here of the jungle, though. He's got a long list of things to take away from Elyoya, and Top Crab is right there as well.
Got to get rid of a ward or 2 as well on the way over. It was kind of nice, so that's good play. Nothing up, might as well play for Vision. Got a deep trinket ward there, although that was actually Maple's doing, but with the pressure from the jungle, it made it a little bit easier. Humanoid going to be stunned. He's going to run for his life. The flash is going to come in. The flash back to the turret's going to keep Humanoid safe, so a trade of summoners on that side. And now on the bottom lane again, they're going to find the ulti. They're going to find Leona on the back line. The ulti for the shield. Carzzy with a big play, but Doggo turns it right back around, and they're going to get both. Nicely done. Double kill for Doggo.
And guess what? Our dream scenario of getting a pick on bottom lane into a full turret freak, it's even better. They got both picks on bottom lane. The double kill, so River doesn't even have to do anything. He just slots in.
Wow.
I get a juicy true damage charge here on the Rift Tail to try and finish off the turret. Yes, Elyoya is able to get an ult to clear out the minion waves, and that is going to stall it out. Maybe they don't finish off the last turret plate, but the damage has been done.
Yeah, good ult for Elyoya, keeps the push happening any farther. Kobe, the only way they could have got more picks there is if Lulu was in that lane and made it a third. So far, outstanding for PSG, 4,000 gold lead.
All right, here's another look at it. The bottom lane has just been on fire. Kaiwing nails him with the solar flare. Carzzy, decent reaction there. His only chance is trying to fight his way out of it. Wants to put the pressure onto Doggo. They know they've got it, though.
Yep.
He's got his own ultimate to answer, so no chance of the burst damage getting through.
Small counterpoint, though. Carzzy could have ulted to dodge the Leona ult. He'd already gotten 3 stacks on a Doggo, so no, not a problem at all for Carzzy to be like, oh, I'm going to get stunned. I can't move away, don't have cleanse, and just dodged away. So I think there are some mechanical misplays here that I would want to clean up at this level of play. End of the day, they probably don't win regardless, but, again, could have dodged the stun.
Yeah, definitely more evasive maneuvers earlier on can have a more favorable outcome. Once it gets nailed with a solar flare, it's much
doomed.
toast. Dragon number 2 will be given over as well. With the dominance of the bottom lane, it kind of goes without saying here. So cleaning up on the first tower, bonus as well. This is exactly what PSG needed.
Yes.
Coming into this, every successive game, they've gotten closer and closer and closer to defeating Mad Lions. And now finally, Freak, they're just rushing towards the finish line here. It's only 12.5 minutes in, but this is just such a dominating and overwhelming advantage that they have off of the early well-played invade. You know, they had their own sweepers, so they knew that they were not spotted on the invade, waited patiently with the blast cone, pull off the play, and then constant invades. We just saw River at the blue buff. Guess what? Now River's at the red buff. He doesn't have anybody right behind him, so this one is going to be reaching a little bit. Maybe he overreaches.
Yeah. And we'll see. Gonna walk up. Good smite for Elyoya. And PSG Talon today, again, they're the only team in this tournament to have taken a win over RNG, and they're going to find a kill on Elyoya. This is not a good spot for the poor Rumble. He's overheated, he flashes, and it's not going to be enough. Ignite turns out works pretty well, even though he's built out of fire. And now Armut, he's going to have Mega Gnar, so yeah, not much more to do. He's just going to have to walk away. I don't know if you want this. You do want this. All right, in he goes. Kaiwing's going to find himself a bit of damage towards Kaiser. Some backline damage for Maple. They're just going to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they want almost every single fight they could take.
Yeah.
That's why River keeps going for these invades. He's trying to spark some confrontation here from Mad Lions. Elyoya has no chance. I mean, Rumble is not even finished Night Harvester yet, much less dream of buying a stopwatch or anything that could buy him time in that situation. So goes down, no flash as well. He will continue to be a target for PSG. For once, though, a little bit of time on bottom lane, and Mad Lions are actually able to push out because of the lane swap there. Your boy Doggo has gone to top side. He's got better things to do.
Even Kaiwing is more money than Elyoya. Oh, I feel so bad for the man. A flash gets away from the shockwave. Barrel's not going to find the stun, but Humanoid is tower aggro. He has 3 health right now. If anything lands on him, he's dead.
Ooh, they're gonna barely escape by the skin of their teeth. Doesn't mean that they can actually force a play here from the side of PSG, though, because everybody from Mad Lions is down here.
Good ult for Kaiwing, good sidestep for Karsi. The equalizer just means absolutely nothing against Leona with Aftershock and W on, so sorry, buddy, but he's just too tanky for you. Kaiwing is a rich man, at least by support comparisons. Doggo, uh-oh, that is a Mega Gnar. That can be scary. Nice by Armut, gets the important parts of the camp, but now, yeah, he's not going to get the pullback. He's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Those are the wins you want to take as a top laner in these types of situations when all the early stuff went down on the other side of the map. Focus on the chickens, the small things here. Yeah, Armut's got to get some gold for himself as well. No real danger there for Doggo as he's got everything available, up with the Gale Force as well as ult and summoner spells. So he's just going to move right over to the Rift Herald here. Maple has had such a calm time in mid lane as the Victor with so much power coming from the invades and coming from the bottom lane. Now he's been able to easily scale up level 11 on this Victor, and Maple has been one of the top performers for the history of not just the team, but of this tournament for MSI. Maple has always been such a big performer here, always, coming on the Flash Wolves and delivering, performances, getting him to the group stage every single time.
Well, moving it again and again and again. 6,000 gold lead, PSG Talon, as they keep pushing on up. Armut gonna get some help from Elyoya. They're gonna try for the big play topside. Great ulti. Equalizer right over the top, and without a flash to safety, the damage is there, and finally, the Rumble is on the board. 1 kill to his name, has kept the CSD within 30, has found his way into a kill. The very small beginnings of a comeback for Mad Lions.
All right, you gotta count those victories, baby. Get your eyes on the bounties now. That's where we're always looking for when you're so far behind like this. 1 kill is something here. They can also push out on the top side wave. Problem is, Dragon coming up here in 42 seconds. Already Dragon number 3 for PSG. And Hanabi will be right back up. He will have his ultimate. He will have his teleport. So it still should be Dragon number 3 to PSG. And they're going to keep that Dragon stacking timer going. Mad Lions still looking for these possible counter plays. You know, maybe you can get a pick on somebody out of position. Yes, Doggo does have all these evasive things that he can pull off with Gale Force cooldown backup, having ult and flash as well. So trying to probably look for either Gangplank, you know, or Victor in an ideal situation, but they get engaged.
Found the engaged humanoid stunned up, but what about the re-engage? Shockwave in a second. It's going to find a little bit of damage, but Doggo is able to jump to the side. A 1-for-1 so far, but the backline's not going to be in for much longer. Carzzy dove in to trade one back, but loses his life.
Yeah, he gets a kill. That's a bottom lane play right there for you. He wants to get some money in his pockets. Mid tower is going to go down. It is going to be PSG flashing for another.
Ooh, Elyoya down to 600 health. Not quite rooted, though. Couldn't quite get the third feather to land. A bit of wave clear for the Rumble, some defensive bolts, but it will still mean the turret drops.
And it's also going to mean that Dragon picked up in the back half, you know, at the leisure of PSG Talon. Doggo, can he get another charge off here? Armand, charge! Get it!
Nice. Okay, yeah. Auto Q, auto is enough. They knock it down. He's able to save it. But yes, PSG Talon, you can see pretty early on, they've been pretty good at Dragon stacking. 18 minutes in, they will find Dragon number 3. We're looking at, you know, 23, 30, something like that for Dragon Soul.
Definitely are. Also looking at possible stacking mechanisms here. The ring for Maple picked up. This Victor is going to have a lot more to say in the team fights. Good initiation once again. And this all starts out with a late teleport from Gangplank as well. So it's interesting that they didn't communicate to Hanabi a little bit earlier to start his channel, but you know, Gangplank sending the ultimate is actually all they needed with the advantage that PSG had. Kaiwing takes the opening there, sees the angle on Leona. He's right in, and yes, you know, Carzzy does ult in because he wants you know, some money on that kill. He dies every time, you know, he knows that, but he just wants to be able to try and fund his build, get some money for himself so they can try and hopefully, you know, for them come out with that comeback team fight that Mad Lions are going to have to do.
Yeah, it looks like PSG, honestly, switch feels flipped, Yosri, as, I mean, at this point, right, they had a 2-2 start to the group stage. Those wins were Cloud9 and Pensanet. Like, those aren't very impressive, to be honest, and they had already lost to Mad Lions in the group stage in the first place, and it's win after win after win. I mean, impressive every single time. Again, beating RNG, who are undefeated, now getting revenge on Mad Lions here, and I mean, they had already taken down Dom1 earlier, right? So, you know, some really, whatever. My brain isn't working right now. It's still early in the morning in Los Angeles. But regardless, looking at win number 4 is impressive, and they can keep this one going. Again, they can take first seed. They have control of their destiny. Now look at the play onto poor Kaiser, and he's just too squishy. He's got a Kindle Gem and Merc Treads that is not going to keep you alive because the 2-item Zaya.
Yeah, as far as like hitting the switch, I would say PSG, they definitely hit a button, and the button was the blast cone. Yeah. Because this is one of those games where with that overwhelming you know, start to the game in their favor, absolutely destroying any possibility of Elyoya having an effect here. Constant invades from River. Whoa, we are deep.
Decent damage on a Doggo, but he's still going to be alive. Kaiwing's okay, rocking away from this one as well, and that turret will drop. Carzzy tries, nice! That is a well-played kill. The Collector coming in clutch for this one, but they've got to run right back out as the turret falls 5-1 in that score.
And it is going to be some more money back as they trade one kill. They're getting these support kills for Mad Lions, at the very least.
Yeah.
They continue to lose a bunch of ground because of the overwhelming advantage here for PSG. But getting counter kills is where you have to start with. They would, again, love to try and, you know, get a bigger payout and try and actually kill Doggo, but again, it's so hard with Zaya. Just a really good pick here, coming out as the anti-dive pick. He always has so many answers for those initiations. They're trying to look to get the big payout on the actual bounty. But Humanoid steps up, immediately gets focused here, chunked down to 50%. And Kaiwing's not done with the play. You did the first half of it. Kaiwing's going in to finish it. Killer Leona goes in for the ultimate, gets the kill onto the mid laner, but big turnaround there. And you see, even with Doggo getting chunked out so low, they don't really have any follow-up for PSG, so Mad Lions fighting them off.
Oh my word, he's just there every time. Goodbye. Doggo keeps knocking him down. Kaiwing doing so much work in this game.
And I will say, too, PSG doing a very good job of illustrating the strengths here of why you have to pay so much attention to level 1s with the current jungle meta. Especially if you're the ones giving up the Udyr or the Morgana that have such good, you know, follow-up invades. Here's another pick, though.
Good hourglass or stopwatch buys time. Kaiser, I am sorry. I keep seeing it over and over and over again. 0 and 6. He's been caught out so many times. Or just turned on. It's not even always his fault. They're just so far behind. He's not even very tanky. Carzzy tries. Can't quite get the kill on a Maple, though. Nearly, I mean, it's pretty close, right? Down to 5% would be the execute. The dash on in. Nice stuff with the Gale Force. Gets that one. And now Armut stuck as Mininar does not having really good disengage tools. No CC. Last auto comes in. Flashes for good measure. Doggo now on 10 kills. Just the beneficiary of the gold. He's got 2/3 of his team is gold income.
And I would say he put in the work on bottom lane, well rewarded. Him and Kaiwing doing so much as well. You know, off of the level 1 invid, I think so much praise to PSG and how they kept up so much pressure. Bottom lane, consistently getting those picks, killing off Kaiser over and over, getting a lot of double kills for themselves with Doggo and Kaiwing playing aggressively with this Leona-Kaisa combination. Those really helped out River in the continued pressure that he wanted to put out in the jungle in invading elsewhere on the map because he knew he had bottom lane pressure to work on. And here's another chase down. At this point, PSG just trying to run down any Mad Lion they see. Any Lion not really scary in their own right. Maple bites up a little bit more than he can chew, though, is forced to flash away. And I will say maybe one of the only like shining little hope that you can take from that play is that Doggo used 2 of his big cooldowns offensively. So now he doesn't have a flash. Maybe you have a hope of cashing in on that.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, good luck.
Exactly, good luck.
Gale Force is back in 10 seconds and heal the same, and his ult's up already. So, good luck with that one. Second Cloud Drake spawns and is taken, soloed by the Xayah. Thank you for the Cloud Soul. We got some Moose Speed. We got even more ulti CDR, so that's going to be nice. And it's time to run around the map and probably close this one out. The gold lead is 11,000. We're looking at a sub 30-minute win here. Level 1 was good, but now the re-engage. Big damage there. Equalizer. Hey, by the way, not against the wall. He's burning down the brush instead. Maple's going to live, and now Elyoya, I'm sorry, buddy. You walked in, but you can't aim R. And so you kill does not happen. The death comes in instead, but Hanabi stuck in a 1v2. Shield is popped, flashes away to safety, but Carzzy will kill him with one more auto. The W lands nicely done. He picks up one of the big kills now. How about the re-engage, though? Humanoid, nice stun. Ult comes in to keep him safe. Doggo legendary, Carzzy in a duel, and he will lose that one. 3 kills unanswered now in the bottom lane.
PSG have total domination here, unleashed on Summoner's Rift. Summoner's Rift is their world. Mad Lions are trying to live in it, but they are getting chased out of their own base even, as they brute force their way through the front door here.
Yeah.
Baron buff on PSG. Cooldown timers here, and the death chamber's still there for Mad Lions, so the damage is done. Bottom completely destroyed, and mid lane tower soon to follow.
Could have made a kill onto Armut as the respawns come back in. Looks like it's going to be a reset for PSG. The Red Bull Baron power play, 3,500. Armut cannot get in a range for Mega Gnar play. And Kobe, across the many, many years of the LMS and now the PCS, a lot of the same players, Maple's been here the entire time, they get out of groups and then immediately lose in the first round of play. This happened time and time again. PSG, maybe this time around, can find something a bit bigger if they can keep playing like this. As River is unstoppable, they will get the chase down here as well. The ability to get a top seed out of this group, that is still there. If this is the quality of their play, and they can take down teams like Mad Lions and teams like Royal, this can be the best performing team that this region has ever seen. And they're poised to do it now. 4-2 to be their record. 25 minutes in, they are on to the Nexus turrets. Looking to knock the first one down. They will wait as the waves come back in for reinforcements. But Baron is timing out at this second. Shockwave only catches the tank support. That's not going to matter either. And it's time for the second turret. Top lane and bot lane still respawning, so on to the Nexus they go. Will they find the last combo? Doggo goes forward, pops the ult. He has to be careful. Feathers will not quite land, but a stopwatch buys more time as 2 more kills come across, and he has 13 kills and a Nexus to his name. PSG Talon 4-2.
PSG Talon get their win over Mad Lions. Finally, Freak, preparation really on display here. You know they were putting so much into this. Really, really intelligent late invade with the sweeper. We've seen how many and how successful so many of these late invades have been thus far at the tournament in setting up the junglers for success. But it wasn't just River with consistent invades onto Elyoya, the bottom lane. This is a substitute player. Doggo in for PSG, and
Yeah.
he has been one of their all-stars, one of their best performing players here. Him and Kai Wing just dominating down there on the bottom side of the map.
Stepping in for Unified and didn't miss a beat. The man was the only team to beat PSG, or on the only team, the only player to beat PSG during the PCS regular season, and now steps in and helps find them the win. And I can't stress that bot lane 2-on-2 kill enough. There was no jungle intervention. It was pickaxe versus nothing, and they found the 2-on-2 pick. Maybe you blame Kaiser, I'm not sure, you have to play it back. But the fact they won the 2-on-2 despite losing their AD carry and giving up first blood at level 1 and walking into lane late and yet still finding that kill, that is impressive. That is incredible play from Kai Wing. He is, I think, the first or second best support at this tournament. He's showing it here. He's doing so much to lift his team up, and look, they are a game behind first place in the group. They've already beaten one of those teams in that spot. If they get the second round on RNG, if they get that second round onto Damwon, they can take the top seed. They can take an easy semifinal, and they can, for the first time ever, win a BO5 from this region. So, beautiful stuff right here. The Mercedes drive to victory. After the break, it is time for the MSI cooldown, where we'll also hear from PSG's AD carry, so do not go anywhere.
All right, yep. PSG Talon, they're taking a little drive through the jungle, Freak. You know, all-wheel drive is activated right over the blast cone. As you know, this sets them up for a lot of success, but so much of it was how they followed this up, continued the snowball, and the execution.